A few months ago, I had kind of an interesting thing happen. I was at a conference, and they had put a bunch of us vendor exhibitor types in a room, workshop leaders and all, and all of us that had some stuff that that we wanted to sell, And so they put us in this room, and we're behind tables, and we set our stuff up on a table. And it's not an exhibit hall; it's kind of in between an exhibit hall and a workshop. And so we're supposed to talk about our stuff, what we do, and help some people and all that. So people pour into this room, big room, and it's just hectic. I mean, just people everywhere walking through it, and it's just hard to, kind of in that short amount of time, kind of trying to talk to folks, and there's a lot of noise, and just very chaotic, and just a wild scene. And so I'm trying to do my best, to tell people why they ought to be using big city studio curriculum. And so in the middle of all this chaos, this lady walked up, and she stood in front of my table and said, "Can I tell you something?" And I thought, sure, why not? It's not like this is going great. And so she said, well, a few years ago, actually about 8 years ago, I attended an event in California called Spirit West Coast. Now, immediately I thought, hey, I was there. I've been to that event. And she said, well, my son and I attended a Kidz Blitz event. And I thought, hey, I did that. And she said, we'd never been in church before, but we ended up going to this big concert thing called Spirit West Coast. And then we saw Kidz Blitz. And she said, at that, my 10-year-old son and myself, and we gave our lives to the Lord. And she said, I want you to know that my 10-year-old son has been serving God ever since, serving in the church. He's now, I think, she said, 18 years old. So all through his teenage years, he's done great in serving God. And we want to thank you because it was in that Kidz Blitz event that all that started and all that happened. And so now, not only is there all this chaos going on, all this noise, and it's hectic, and people are moving around, now I'm crying, just a mess. It's just a beautiful story this lady told me. And it just reminded me that oftentimes it doesn't take God a lot of time to touch someone's life. Some of the people that have affected my life did it in 15 minutes. I mean, it had a huge impact on me. And the rule of thumb now is we have about 40 hours per year per kid in children's church. 40 hours is a lot of time. And God could do a lot in the life of a kid in 40 hours. So never discount that. God can do a lot in a short amount of time.